so we're doing a take two. Not sure what just happened there. Got kicked off. It said it ended it. Apparently I talked too long. Anyway, so we're back at it. So I missed, let's see, I missed day 4, which was Friday, 5 and 6, and today is day 7. So even though I didn't check in with you guys, I kept doing it. So we've stayed on the water fast. Today is day 7, and I'm feeling fantastic now, but there was some times where I was absolutely miserable. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that. I'm just impressed that we stuck to it because this is the longest I have ever done a water fast. And 7 days, I'm pretty excited. Tomorrow, we're moving into our 2nd week. So I'm pretty happy with that. I was really tempted to get on the scale, but since I'm not really doing it just for weight loss, I'm doing it for so many more amazing reasons, I decided to put the scale away. That's right. I'm just going to put it away, and I'm going to wait until I'm 20 days in, and then I'm going to take a peek at it. And I might not weigh until I'm completely done. Because, again, that's not my biggest reason for doing the cleanse. So let's see. On day 4, when I didn't check in, it was because we were getting ready for a big event that we had. So this is my, shout out to everybody else. If you're going to do an extended fast, don't schedule it right before you have something big going on. And we did. We had a big speed beauty school. We had a couple hundred people come out on Saturday. Excuse me. And it was amazing. It was fun. But there was all kinds of stuff, all the prep work. So I got stressed because I am I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist. Let's say I'm a control specialist. It's a little bit nicer. So because I'm a control specialist, I want to make sure every little thing happens. So Friday, I was super stressing out. And I joked with some of the people that were at the Speed Beauty School. They're like, how you doing on your water fast? And I'm like, well, yesterday, I was ready to slap a nun. I was hangry. I was angry. Every stuff that normally I would just phew, no big deal, was just I was snapping. And I felt so sorry for my family. I have to take them to Disney or something because I just keep going through this where I'm cranky and I'm angry and I'm taking it out of them and back and forth. So that was Friday. Friday was a little bit bad because I was cranky. But then Saturday at the event, I did really good. I was super busy. I was around lots of people. We did have the popcorn, essential oil flavored popcorn, so you could pick the different kinds. So I could smell that going, and that smelled delicious. And so that triggered a couple times of wanting to eat, but not too bad because I was so busy. I was with all my peeps, and I was having a good time. I enjoyed teaching and being around everybody. So Saturday was better, except for first thing in the morning, one of our tables was a Shake It Up, and it was all about shakes, and they had started making one of the shakes, the chocolate, pure protein chocolate, and they had made a bunch of shot glasses, but they were too early, so I'm like, oh, and I took one, and I drank 1.5 ounces of pure protein chocolate complete, and I was like, no, because I just wasn't even thinking. It was just habit, which is why we eat most of the time out of habit, and I'm like, no, does it count? Do I have to start over? So I'm not counting it, because it was literally a shot glass, and but it did taste delectable, I'll tell you that right now. That was on day 5. Was that day 5? Saturday, yeah, that was day 5. But other than that, it wasn't too bad until we got home. Actually, about 45 minutes before the event ended. So it was from 10 to 5:30, and somewhere around 4:30, quarter to 5, all of a sudden, my arms were super heavy. My legs felt like I just could not take another stop, and my brain, my thought process, y'all, I can usually talk about anything. Give me a topic. Give me leaves. I'll talk about leaves. I'll talk about trees. I just like to talk, right? But I got up there to close out the session, and there was nothing. I used all my good words. I got no words left to give anybody. And my mind was just really, I was drained. I was really foggy. And I didn't feel sick. I didn't have a headache or anything like that. Everything was super heavy at me. My eyes were heavy. I was exhausted. And so I thought, okay, and everybody packed everything up, and we were going home, and by the time we got to the house, which the event was only maybe 20-30 minutes from my house, but by the time we got home, I had a headache. And I'm not a big headache girl. I have lots of other random stuff, but I don't get headaches. And I had a headache, and this headache, I'm telling you, I felt like, I said to my husband a couple times, is my head bigger? I felt like it looked bigger because it hurt so bad, and I could hear the blood popping through my head. I was just driving me insane. I'm like, oh my gosh, my head is killing me. So I did my usuals. I took a bunch of oils. I did all kinds of different things, and it was just, the head was just pounding, or just horrible. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So we oiled up. I did everything I could think of. Went to bed, woke up with my head still hurting in the middle of the night. I'm like, this isn't good. And all day Sunday, we decided just to be able to relax and be able to chill. And I was outside. I did my hammock. I couldn't even read. I'm just laying out there. And then I ended up coming in because my head was still hurting. And that was all day Saturday, which was day 6. My head, Sunday rather, just absolutely throbbing. So today I woke up and I'm like, I can't have another day of this head. And I'm searching, trying to find out what I can do and doing everything I can think of. So I reached out to some of my other fasting friends and I said, hey, has this ever happened to you? It's just so intense. Like the sound of a fan blowing was hurting. It was just too loud. So a friend of mine, actually a couple people, when I texted them, said, oh, you need sodium, you need potassium. That is just your electrolytes. And as soon as they said it, I went, oh, of course I do. I know that. Like I teach that. So I took 16 ounces of water and I added to that potassium. So I did powdered potassium. I did a full tablespoon of potassium, which was a lot of potassium. And then I added to that a whole bunch of mineral essence. How much mineral essence? I went glug, 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 glug. And I took that little thing. I probably did a quarter of the container. And then I added pink Himalayan salt to it. Put that in there. I did something else too. It was, oh Lord, I can't remember what else I did. But I mixed it all together. And I just started sipping on it and sipping on it. And about 25 minutes later, I felt that weight kind of go away. And about an hour later, I felt perfectly perfect in every way. Like energy, like ready to go run and do stuff. So it was just that electrolyte imbalance because you lose a lot of water weight when you first start on a fast. And I'm sure that's what it was because as soon as I started drinking it, I started feeling a little bit better. So I'm thinking that's the one thing. So I'm going to make sure I keep that on my thought process. And because even that heaviness that I had to my arms and my legs completely went away. So it was just by doing that event all day on Saturday, I had used up all of my reserves. There was nothing left. And my body just needed a little TLC. So, and then the other problem is Saturday, we took our supplements before we left for the event. And then I didn't take them again until this afternoon. I took them this afternoon. So I went that whole time without any of it, and my body definitely, and I know a lot of people that water fast don't take any supplements. I get that. You do you. This is what I'm doing, what works for me, that makes it where I can do it without any problem. But I feel great now. I got my energy back. I don't feel tired. My head isn't hurting. My body feels good. So I'm excited 7 days in. I think the thing that excites me the most is I was miserable. I was uncomfortable, and I still didn't eat. Like, I did it anyways. I pushed through and look, I'm alive, it's all good. So I'm pretty excited about that because, we've talked about it in the past that there's an addiction process for me. And this isn't everybody, right? This is the world according to Shannon. This is what's happening to me. This is my story, my journey. And for me, there's an addiction with food and knowing that, I did my first week without my addiction and it's pretty exciting, and I know eventually I have to go back to eating. But I'm just praying that so many things are fixed and that I've been able to get that discipline over that process. And I don't know, I'm just kind of excited about the whole thing. So that's been what's been going on with me. I've got a bunch of classes and stuff that I got going on this evening, one-on-ones, different things. Some meetings with my family that we need a little TLC for. And other than that, it's all going good. I'm pretty excited. I know I have loved seeing so many different people telling me that they're doing a 1-day water fast or they're starting a 2 or 3 day and everything like that. And I want to say this, I'm not telling anybody else to do this. So if you're doing that, that's all on you. I love hearing what you're doing. I did put together a whole class on all of Young Living's shakes. So it's on the pure proteins, the Balance Complete, the Sleek Shake, all the ones that we have. So you can identify what the differences are. So maybe if you just want to start playing with subbing out 1 meal a day and see what you can do and see what can happen for your body. So you'll know the difference between them and how they work in the body, what they do, because that's some of the stuff that we did along the journey was playing with some of the shakes and doing little bits. We didn't just jump right into 40 days of water. We did lots of transitions leading up to it. So anyway, that's what's going on. I have had like a bazillion people message and say, what exactly is a water fast? So let me break it down for you. It means that I drink water, And we're doing just water for the next 40 days. Now, for most people, when they do a water fast, it literally is just water. They don't do anything else. We have chosen to keep doing our supplements. We do a lot of different supplements just because I guess I'm thinking of it as a feast as well. That my body's going to get so many different nutrients that it's going to rebuild itself and regenerate different things. Because there's lots of science on that. If you're not familiar with the science behind water fasting and what our body does, you can look at the book, The Complete Guide to Fasting. That's by Dr. Jason Fung, F-U-N-G. He's got a whole bunch of YouTube videos you can watch as well. Where's the class for the shakes? That's going to be online. I was supposed to do it today, but I've got too many classes tonight, meetings. I won't be able to get it done, and I had a headache all day. So I'm going to pop that on tomorrow. I might even come on later tonight and do it. I'm feeling pretty energetic. We'll see how it goes. But I will post it. It will be a Facebook Live event that I will get on there for you for the shakes. So for water fasting, it is just water. We are doing personally, Brian and I together are doing 40 days of water fasting, and we're taking our supplements. The Sleek Citrus Slim is a game changer for being able to stay full. It's really interesting how amazing it gives me energy, and I feel nice and full, and I'm okay with skipping a meal, not having that, not that that's what it's necessarily designed for, but you can, if you want to be able to take that while you're doing the shakes or food or whatever, it does expand. It helps you to be able to feel full longer. So we're doing that. I also do, I'm taking ICP and Juva Power, which are technically a lot more, they're fibers. They're food for the liver. So I'm taking that in the morning. I'm taking that at bedtime as well. Like I said, though, for Saturday and Sunday, I didn't do that because I had the headache and I wasn't feeling good. So it's like, it's hard to think, so you don't make good choices. And it was a friend reaching out and saying, Shannon, and reminding me that I had to do my salts and magnesium and those electrolytes and potassium, and it made a difference. So I'm going to make sure I take those again tonight rather. So anyways, those are some of the stuff I'm doing. And yes, I will make a complete list of all, actually I will do one day this week, I promise. One day this week I will show you all of the stuff that I'm taking. 90% of it is Young Living stuff, but there's all kinds of other stuff that I do in addition to it. There's some stuff Young Living hasn't gotten around to getting yet that your body just really desperately needs. So I do that. I'm doing so many amazing different things. So I will share some of that with you guys as we go on the journey. I also, I like my oils. Like, this is my fennel. I use you guys, you got to get some fennel. You got to play with your fennel. Fennel helps so much to identify what it is you want. It helps you to be able to identify and really identify what it is you want and to be able to articulate it so you can speak what it is that you're wanting. So speaking that into there. I'm going to talk a little bit on your mind and meditation too, because your mind has power. When I was first diagnosed with leukemia, that was a really, it was a big deal learning to control my thoughts and not let other people speak negative into my life, because your thoughts have power. Your thoughts are things. The Word of God tells us that our thoughts are things, right? And learning how to control our thoughts. And I had to learn how to literally draw pictures in my mind because I couldn't think it how I wanted it. But I got this picture of the 7 dwarfs. Don't judge me, you all have your own thing. But mine was the seven dwarfs singing, hi ho, it's off to work we go. And they're in there with their picks and their shovel, finding anything that was mistaken, anything that wasn't supposed to be there, and putting it into their wheelbarrows and taking it out. It was a picture that I could see, so I could see that my body was getting rid of the mistakes and repairing it. Sorry. So I'm going to talk more on that because I think that's been a big part for us sticking to the water fast. Like I said, we've done a bunch. We've done it multiple times, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and a couple weeks ago we got that 5 day in, and we've done juice fast, but this time it's just different. It's a mindset. It's in the mind that we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get this done, get this off that to-do list. Because what if that 40 day is what changes the myelin sheath? What if that 40 day is the piece, that one thing that my little body needs? And let's just get that off the list. If it doesn't change it, if in the end I'm still in the same spot, I've lost nothing. 40 days is going to go by either way, right? 40 days is going to happen regardless of what I do during that 40 days. So why not step out there and do that? And again, I've said it before, if there's something that you're in that same spot, there's something you want. I don't care if it's water fasting. I don't care of anything. If you decide to step out and go, you know what, I'm just going to try it and see what happens. because the time is going to go by either way. So, all right, you guys, I will be back on tomorrow. I'm going to do the Shake It Up tomorrow. I've also got some business stuff we did over the weekend that I want to pop out there for you guys that you are invited to do. I will be tomorrow out in Rose City, Michigan. So if you got any people up north, I've got a class we're doing there. You can find it on my website, ShannonHudsonYL.com. And I will talk to you guys later. I love you so much. Have a great day.